Welcome to a new daily top AskReddit video. Today's topic.
For those earning over $10,000 per month, what do you do for a living to achieve that income? Cybersecurity consulting. I basically tell people why sharing their passwords is a bad security strategy. Security operations director. I hire people like you to make C-levels agree to what I wanted to do in the first place. I was an IT consultant for 10 years and this is 100% it. Meet with the stakeholders and ask them to describe their solution to the problems the business is having. Write it all up in a presentation, show it to C-levels. C-levels mandate the business do what the business has been telling them to do for years. I get paid and move on. It's so fucking stupid. Air traffic controller. I discovered it too late. I was over the cutoff age. 31 years old if anyone else was wondering. Heard that was stressful. How's your life outside work? Like work, it has its ups and downs. Learning to do the job is the hardest part. Once you've got it figured out, it's generally some variation of the same handful of patterns over and over, even though no 2 days are quite alike. Most days are pretty routine, weather days are where you truly earn your money. The schedule is the other kicker. It's a the 24th of July 365 operation. I've worked every weekend since 2016, unless I used vacation time. In 2023 we just told my kids it was Christmas on the 24th. I make over $10,000 a month for 9 months out of the year. My wife and I own an exterior cleaning company. We do window cleaning, gutter cleaning, and pressure washing. In November we make over $20,000. If you're hiring, I'm applying. Edit, I didn't say I expected I'd make that much, that wasn't in my reply at all FFS. Where do you live? Lol, we actually are hiring. Crane operator in the oil field. Work 13 hours a day for 20 days, then I'm off 10. I've gotten in the crane 2 times so far in the last 10 hours. What do you do in the downtime? It's a lot of time to be bored. I'm sitting in my truck playing Civ6 today. I've made 2 lifts so far and almost done with my shift. Put people to sleep for surgery. Friends is this and has the same fucking joke for 30 years. $10 to go to sleep, 10 grand to wake you back up again. Most people take the package. So are you an anesthesiologist or are you the guy they bring in when insurance declines to pay for the sleepy meds? I'm just imagining a clown serenading people to sleep with, somewhere over the rainbow, accompanied by a ukulele. I've heard it said that people in the OR know things are going well when the anesthesiologist is sitting. If you stand up, things are getting not so cool. Is that right? That is precisely correct. I prefer to be sitting and bored. I manage developers and engineers to make meetings where we talk about the same thing and don't make any progress for years at a time. How many story points was this post? It's a 5 but gonna be pointed as a 1. Lie on Reddit. Edit, this was just a stupid joke before there were many comments. Obviously I know people make $120,000 a year. I too am a doctor of professology specializing in general medicine when not building suspension bridges in eastern Mongolia. In my spare time I like to cure incurable diseases. Unfortunately I have no spare time at the moment. Once I walked to the edge of the world, but forgot to take a photo. I also swam to Atlantis, but the unsurvivable crushing pressure and darkness meant the photos didn't show anything. On paper I earn in an hour slightly more than the top 10 richest people earn in a year, but payroll can't pay me at the moment due to not having enough zeros to add to my check. I write automated models to catch money laundering for large banks. And funnel it into your own offshore account. Genius. Haha, interesting idea, but people in my line of work have gone to prison for much less. Essentially I make automated systems to flag the types of things that were happening in TD Bank that cost them those few $billion. Ever since that came out the demand for my skills has skyrocketed. Well, every time there is a calculation it takes the remainder and puts it into another account. We are talking fractions of a penny. It must work out well as long as you never mess up on one of those Monday details. $14,000 per month. Retired, pension 1 Navy, pension 2 teacher, pension 3 Social Security. Edit 1, in retirement, I also help out an undertaker friend with deceased removals, funerals, etc. I'm very active in the community. Every dime of what I make there goes to charity. Edit 2, thank you to the 95% of kind responders. The other 5% of haters, don't know me as a person with their snarky comments, and, b, don't realize, nor perhaps should they, that I give away over half of what I earn in retirement each month to charity, tuition for poor kids, or others in need. I didn't come from money, but through hard work, luck, and perseverance I made something of myself. When I was young and struggling, I vowed that if I ever had the means, I'd help at least one youngster succeed in life who had nothing. I did that in spades, and now it gives me purpose in life to help others less fortunate. You, my friend, are absolutely living the dream. I salute you, saluting face. Yeah, maybe last generation to do so. My dad is in similar situation. Imagine if pensions were still a thing outside of the military, and that's if you don't get cut or injured before you're 25 years in. Absolutely valid point. When I was young and starting out, the military didn't pay squat. But I knew if I was lucky enough to survive 20 plus years, I did 30, then it would be worth the effort. The next solid goal pension was teaching high school. I truly enjoyed teaching and imparting knowledge, and I had a great rapport with my students. So earning 2 solid gold pensions was a long calculated plan, knowing that private sector couldn't come near what I already earned. Project manager. When I work 40 hours a week or less, it's worth it. When I'm working 70 plus, I want to jump off a bridge. The work is not fulfilling, but I'm glad to pay the bills. Glad to see another fellow project manager here. This reminds me that my PMP is due for renewal this year. How are you guys pulling in so much? Our PMs make $70,000 at best. Senior software engineer not based in Silicon Valley. You basically have a $4,000 a month raise. Unless you're in Seattle. Lol. Emergency medicine PA. I do a lot of suturing and pull a lot of things out of people's butts because everyone slipped while naked getting out of the shower. Ooh, what's the craziest thing you've helped pull out of a butt? Mine was an actual doorknob. Car gear shift takes second place, and a ring pop gets an honorable mention. Bottle of hot sauce. Dude still wouldn't own up to it being inserted there. Said it wasn't his. Just had spontaneous rectal pain and didn't want to talk about it further. Once had a female attending pull a glitter pen out of a preteen. Came out of the room drenched in sweat and glitter. To anyone reading, repeat after me, without a base, without a trace. All foreign bodies need a flared base to prevent your asshole from swallowing it up, and then you and I awkwardly meeting. I sell propane and propane accessories. What up, Hank? Exclamation mark. Damn it, Bobby. Maybe not as sexy as some of the other suggestions, but I've been working for myself for the past 10 years building presentations, yes, like PowerPoint. It's a weird little niche with a lot of varied clients' needs, but I was able to build a whole career around it, and it opened a lot of other doors as well. People are surprised, but a massive portion of the McKinseys, BCG, Bain, etc. of the world is deck building. I feel like a surprising amount of corporate job upward mobility is determined by how well you can tell a story through a deck. Same thing for small and medium-sized business owners trying to secure investors and loans. Wait, hold up, you make PowerPoints for 10K, Mo? Question mark. I also primarily make decks for much more than $10,000 per month. But I put important stuff on them in an aesthetically pleasing way. Yes, I am worried about AI. No way, I believe that. Massage therapist. $250.00 per client. Free every Monday to Friday. Off weekends. Not including tips, by the way. Learn how to market yourself well and it flows smoothly. Love it so much. Only work for 3 hours and I'm done for the day, smiley face. You have to have charisma and a decent well look, by the way. Ex-nurse here, really wish I would have went the route for LMT sooner, never look back at nursing since then. The best part is the connections you make. Your clients will consist of possible doctors, lawyers, PR agents, etc. Good word goes around for you and you made it. Yes, your hands will be tired, but it's worth it. That's probably the major con. At least for me. Go where the money is. I live 10 minutes away from Woodlands, Texas, where the clients pay the big bucks. They want bat an eye and hand it like pocket change. Who the heck pays $250 for a 1-hour massage? Oh, I don't think it's necessarily what you're thinking. I went to a spa for the first time and it wasn't like for elite people or anything, and it was $175 for a 1-hour massage plus $30 for a scalp treatment. It was about twice what I have normally spent on massages, but I can see how well off people could drop $250 on a massage. I've always been curious how you handle the fatigue. After about 10 minutes of trying to give deep massage to my wife, my hands and arms are dead. I couldn't imagine being able to do it for an hour or so at a time, multiple times a day. Use your body weight on your palms. Keep your arms straight. Think of it more like pressing than squeezing. This is how Thai massage works. If she wants it stronger, you can use your elbows. Massage table to appropriately leverage body weight at the right height. Predominantly use forearms and elbows for increased pressure with less fatigue. Regular exercises to strengthen forearms. Engage entire body rather than isolating muscles. Use legs to push, not arms or hands. Schools are not great at teaching this, which is why many MTs burn out after a year or so. It took me a couple years to really understand how to work efficiently and not blow out my thumbs, hands, and shoulders. Also, I, like the first commenter, limit the amount I work in a day. Normally 3 hours at a higher hourly for my area, sometimes up to 5 hours in a day. I rarely, if ever, feel physically tired after work. Airline pilot. I recently started watching YT videos of some airplane pilots that stay on reserve, make good money and barely fly. Almost seems too good to be true. That's true. $425,000 last year, only flew about 70 days all year, or less than 6 days per month. That's because reserves don't get paid to fly. They get paid to be available. They are the insurance policy. Source, me, Legacy Airline Captain on Reserve.